Hello and welcome to Engine Adventures off-road review of this 2021 BMW X5 45e X-Drive. So all-wheel drive hybrid with the 3-liter twin-turbo V6. Excellent vehicle, really enjoy it. It's not made for going off-road, of course. Check out those rims, check out those tires. No sidewall, summer tires. They are run flats at least. But man, not a tire you want to be taking off-road much. So let's go ahead and get into it, see how it can handle our off-road test hills. So its engine's off right now, but as I alluded, I'm not going to be doing high-speed test with this off-road like I normally would. I'm just too nervous about damaging something with these massive rims, small sidewalls, and no rim protection or wheel protection from the tires. You know, they don't stick out past the rim to protect them. So it's a pretty stiff ride because this thing is a sports car. It handles extremely well. I'm going 15 miles an hour, and I mean, it's nothing bad at 15, of course. I'm not bottoming out. I'm not really hitting any harsh bumps, but like I said, I'm nervous to do too much more with this. I have gotten flat tires in, I believe it was a Kia Sorento, where the tire was pinched between the wheel and a rock, and it just kind of blew out the sidewall of the tire, and that had much bigger sidewalls than this one does. Let's go ahead and hit our articulation hill.
As always, I try to use as little throttle as possible, but in electric mode especially, because in most vehicles, if you're in electric mode and you give it full throttle, it will go to the hybrid mode or start the gas engine. But this was able to make it in electric mode only, and it actually did pretty well. You can hear it and see how it's braking. It does quite well for a hybrid vehicle. Sport mode, it's quick to kick on the gas engine and assist with additional power, but it almost felt like there was more wheel spin because of it, which does make sense. Sport mode does allow for a little bit of wheel spin to give the driver a more sporty feel and more control when driving on the track or whatever in a sport mode, but it also did just fine here climbing the small articulation hill.
Last one, hybrid mode.
I never really had to go full throttle or even half throttle in any of the modes. The vehicle handled it really well, really easily climbed it, and here in hybrid mode, it stayed in electric for the whole small articulation hill test as well. So it does have plenty of electric power, and if you do need more, obviously the gas engine's there to back it up, but pretty decent for a hybrid.
So it's using the downhill assist right now, 2 to 3 miles an hour on its own. That's pretty good. We're not real steep, 8-9 degrees right there. So not too bad, but I'm wondering, let me see if I can adjust the speed of it. I can. So using the cruise control settings, I can go as low as 2. And it's turned off. Let me get back up here. So there's 6, 7, 8. Looks like I don't know how high it can go. I got up to 12. I wonder if you can run this like you're driving down a canyon road. It looks like up to 20. I was gonna say, I wonder if you can do it on a canyon road and just have it set at, you know, 35 or whatever. But looks like it goes up to 20, down to 2 miles an hour. Not too bad. There are spots where I would prefer lower than 2 miles an hour, but nah, for this vehicle, for its on-road design, you wouldn't expect a ton of off-road, and it already does quite well off-road as is. off we go. We're gonna take the hard line, assuming I can get this thing to go. There we go. We are currently at a 26% grade, 15 degrees. It's kind of cool. It shows all that 4,700 feet in elevation. Suspension is in the highest, and we are in hybrid mode. We may have found a limit here. Sport mode. There we go. No. Sorry, it thinks it needs to be lower. Let's go ahead and raise it back up. It's struggling more than I expected. I've had other BMWs go through this and do okay. So, let's see. And a lot of this is the tires. Oh, it had it. Why'd you let go, BMW? My foot's on the floor right now. There it goes. Come on. Wish I had an off-road mode. High transmission temperature. You can continue driving, but the engine power has been reduced to cool the transmission. Here we go. We're hybrid mode. We're probably just going to do this once, so hopefully we get good shots.
In these next few exterior clips, you can hear the turbo spooling up and hear the turbo whine. It's pretty cool, but you don't hear that inside of the vehicle at all. So it's a little bit different and gives you a different perspective listening to it from the outside. And you can hear it, the engine struggling a lot more from the outside than you can from the inside, which you can hear the engine working really hard just to make it up this lower portion of the steep hill climb. And knowing this now, it seems obvious that the harder spots up higher aren't going to be possible. And right here you hear the fans kick on, trying to cool the transmission and engine as much as possible before we get the over temp warning on the transmission.
High transmission temperature. You can continue driving, but the engine power has been reduced to cool the transmission. So, looks like calling this little section quits for now. We'll let the engine or the transmission cool. It shows right here. And what's this, adaptive mode? Keeping it in the higher suspension if possible. In the adaptive mode, it says level change not available. There we go. Continue driving, the transmission temperature is too high. So we'll hang out here in neutral for just a minute and let it cool down. Okay. We are just going to try the easy line. Still has the high trans temp. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Made it. Sweet. That's always terrifying. But we did it. And the trans is cooled down enough to let me keep driving, it says. So we'll go grab that other camera, get the underneath shot. We're not going to be climbing that hill again. It does pretty well off-road. I think the capability is there for it to make the hardline, but the way they've tuned it prevented it from happening. And I tried and tried and tried until I overheated the trans. So not really overheated, but got the transmission hot. It still would say let me drive, which means it wasn't too hot that, you know, stop driving, you're gonna break something. So
like many other sports crossovers and sedans, the bottom is almost completely flat. Everything's tucked up in there really nicely. Nothing hangs down. But then again, all the underbody protection is plastic and nothing there is really durable to take a big hit.
thank you for watching Engine Adventures off-road review of this 2021 BMW X5 X-Drive 45E. Right now it's in the highest suspension setting. It may have lowered a little bit when I shut it off, but decent amount of adjustability on it. Does really quite well off-road. It climbs everything we put it through. A little bit nervous, of course, with those rims and tires and maybe the little bit lower ride. No real underbody protection. There's a lot of plastic coverings, but more for airflow and efficiency and keeping the vehicle stable at high speeds than it is for off-roading. But it does have pretty good off-road chops. Hybrid system works really great. 8-speed automatic, 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6. Excellent vehicle overall. Really enjoyed it. If you liked what you saw, be sure to hit subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below. Let me know the things that you like, the things that you don't. If you didn't like it and you give me a thumbs down, be sure to comment down below and let me know why. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.